According to the National Missing and Unidentified Persons System, there are approximately 90,000 missing persons in the United States at any given time. With the advancement of modern detective work and advanced scientific methods, such as genealogy testing, the vast majority of missing person cases end up being solved today. Even so, sometimes investigators just aren't able to provide enough conclusive evidence to put the pieces together on some of these cases, and they go unsolved. There have been some devastating, very suspicious missing persons cases in recent times that definitely fall into this category. Throughout history, though, all around the world, certain missing person cases have left investigators and families struggling to find answers. When there is little evidence to no evidence and no eyewitnesses, missing persons cases tragically end up being closed and unsolved. Come with us as we walk through some of the most puzzling and tragic missing persons cases throughout history all around the globe. Have you ever stopped to wonder what might happen if the photo you just took turned out to be your last? That was the case with these people who were caught on camera right before vanishing. Mary Badacco. It seems like everyone knows what happened to Mary Badacco. It's just that nothing can be conclusively proven. What do we know? She was last heard from on August 19th, 1984. Her personal effects were completely gone as well, but her car was parked outside her home with the driver's side windshield smashed inwards. Her car keys and her wedding ring, meanwhile, were on the kitchen counter. Her husband, who allegedly had been unfaithful and possibly abusive, told police he paid her a large sum of money to go away, and admitted to smashing the car's windshield. Her daughters don't believe Mary, a new grandmother, would do that though. Paula Jean Weldon. If she were alive today, Paula Jean Weldon would be 93 years old. When she vanished in 1946, however, she was only 18. A sophomore in Vermont's Bennington College, she got off work and wanted to hike the state's famous Long Trail. Since no one wanted to tag along, she went alone. A group of other hikers met her on the trail, and she asked them some questions about it. They would be the last to see her. Paula Jean wasn't alone, though. Between 1920 and 1950, as many as 10 people disappeared in that region, with some attributing the disappearance to either Bigfoot or UFOs. Grace Millance. Sometimes paradise can turn into something quite different. This was the case for 22-year-old British backpacker Grace Millance, who disappeared in New Zealand while hiking there just days before her birthday. Through CCTV footage, local police have been able to pinpoint Grace's last sighting, the Sky City Entertainment Complex in Auckland, on the evening of December 1st, 2018. Tragically, her remains were discovered in a rural area a week later, a rarity for the tranquil island that led to a public outpouring of grief and comments even from the Prime Minister. A man is currently on trial for allegedly ending her life, but has entered a not guilty plea. Molly Tibbetts. Don't let the face this young woman is making fool you. 20-year-old University of Iowa student Molly Tibbetts was vivacious, sporty, and loved life and working with children. The still image is taken from a short, impromptu video recorded by her friend and co-worker, Jarrett Rose, that showed Molly simply goofing off on July 17th, 2018. The following day, she went for a jog near her home in the small town of Brooklyn, Iowa, and was never seen alive again. More than a month later, a man was arrested by police and led them to her remains. He's currently standing trial. Audrey Herron. In August 2002, it wasn't just a woman who disappeared, but her car did as well. Audrey Mae Herron, a 31-year-old mother of 3, finished her shift as a nurse in a healthcare facility in Catskill, New York. She then got into her car and started her drive home, about 12 to 15 miles. She's not been seen again in the 17 years that have passed since, and neither has her car, both completely vanishing off the face of the earth. Audrey has received a substantial pay raise the day she disappeared, and was said to be completely devoted to her kids, making a voluntary disappearance unlikely. Kristen Modafferi. Considering her disappearance was so bizarre, it's somehow fitting that the last known photo of Kristen, snapped at a museum, was taken with her back to us, obscuring her face as her fate had been since she vanished in June 1997. Not long after her 18th birthday, Kristen finished her shift at a San Francisco coffee shop and told coworkers she might go to a beach party. 45 minutes after her shift ended, she was seen with a blonde woman and has never been identified. Kristen was last seen withdrawing money from an ATM, and then she simply vanished into thin air. She remains missing today. Larisse Simone Hawkins. Carefree, smiling, and missing since May of 2018. Larisse Hawkins was an aspiring actress, and at 24 she was starting to get traction in the LA theater scene. She seemed to have all the reasons to be optimistic about her future. This photo, taken from her Instagram account, is the last she'd ever posted. Chillingly, she captioned it, "Going places and doing big things. You may not know me now, but one day you'll want to." Larisse was last seen aboard the Escape, a Norwegian cruise ship. She went missing while it was 80 nautical miles from Atlantic City, New Jersey, and was never heard from again. Patricia Krieger. Most of the time, people who disappear under suspicious circumstances are alone. For 65-year-old Patty Krieger, it was the exact opposite. In October 2010, she was hiking at the Sauk Mountain Trail in Washington, along with 6 other people, including her fiancé and her 100-pound Rottweiler bear. That hike is where this photo was taken. Patty and Bear separated from their group and went down the wrong trail. The others called out to her, but being hard of hearing, she kept going. So did they, assuming they'd just link back up to her later. They never did. 3 weeks later, Bear was found on the mountain, alone. Patty has never been found. Well, there you have it. More photos of people taken just before they disappeared. If you have any information on any of these people, please contact your local law authority and they will get you in touch with the right departments. As for myself, I'll catch you in the next video.